Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. If this is your first time here and you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, do all that fun stuff. I am trying every month this year to make one ornament, a couple, like a couple of ornaments. So by the time Christmas rolls around, I have a bunch of homemade ornaments to put on my tree. Today I'm working on some amber ornaments. I started these a while ago, but I just have these glass ornaments from Michaels. How many times can I say ornaments? They're the ones that have, I don't know if it's come, yeah, it's kind of coming up on camera. The, like the oil slick finish. I don't know what they're, I mean, I would call it oil slick or iridescent, or it doesn't say on here, but the ones that are kind of rainbowy. Um, and they're glass, not plastic, even though I think you could use plastic and be fine, or use it, use that up to your own discretion. The plastic ones are cheaper. Um, but I mean, these were $10, and I know I didn't pay that for them. I have a glove just because of working with alcohol inks, and alcohol inks get everywhere. X the stain on my kitchen counter where one of these bottles exploded. All right, I have alcohol ink ginger from Ranger, caramel, and latte. And these are just three brown colors. They come in a set at Michael's for like $10, something like that. And this could not be easier. I'm actually gonna let me get myself set up over here. So I'm gonna use this to put these back down so I don't get alcohol ink everywhere. And all I'm doing is putting some in there and digging it around. And if you want, you can I need a little wipe. I just saw one. Here's one. I'm gonna take some compressed air, cover that up some so it doesn't go flying all over the place. And this is gonna dry it and just kind of push everything around. You can also use a hair dryer or a heat gun to kind of get everything moving around. And then we're just gonna get that in there, turn it over, and let that one dry. Now you're gonna have to go back and do these a couple times, just because if you put more, like if you want to do multiple layers, but if you put this on while it's wet, all it's going to do is move around what's already there. So you kind of have to let one section, one layer dry before you go on to the next one. But if you use a hair dryer or a heat gun, it does those work a little bit better. But I'm not about all of that. So you can use one color, you can use multiple colors. Just turn them over this way, and then this one has um, maybe got one layer in there, one completed layer, and I'm just going to switch to another color now just to give it a little variation. So I did this one a couple weeks ago, so it's more than dry. And I like that it's kind of splotchy. See, you can see how it's starting to get that amber color. And the compressed air isn't really drying anything, it's just moving everything around because, as you can tell, it's hard to move stuff around inside of a ornament. And see, like, all, it's so hard to show on here, huh? Like, I want all this stuff in there. And you do much better buying these at they sell these at Dollar Tree. They are the compressed air. They're harder to find there, but this can is like $7 for some compressed air. If you have I have an airbrush. It doesn't work right now. Actually, it probably would work for this. The airbrush part doesn't work, but like the pump does. Just something to like blow the air around a little bit. Blow air around to move the ink. See, I like all of that. But if you don't, just put around some more. You know, there's not really a right or wrong way to do this. I'm pretty happy with those. This one looks really good. I like the darker areas on there. And this is one where um I did the alcohol inks and then I went in with a bronze acrylic paint that was watered down to just kind of coat the inside. So I'm gonna go through and just add a little bit more ink to this one to darken it up some. But you can do these a couple different ways. I was just trying to figure out what way I like the best. So that one's more opaque. It's still pretty neat looking. I'm going to let these dry and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to do the next part. Okay, these have dried somewhat, kind of. This is the one that has a gold paint on the inside. I kind of like this one. Um, and then this is one that's just the amber. You can't really tell the difference between the shades of brown. So if you can only get one thing of alcohol ink, I don't think it makes that big of a difference. And then these are, oh, I really like this one. Yeah, so let's work on this one. I'm going to put the cap back on. Because these caps are so hard to get back on. All right, I want to use, this is gallery glass, the clear one. This is what you use to, you go, do the like fake stained glass. It's just a dimensional, um, I don't know, like a dimensional paint, except this one's clear. And I am going to do some dimensional stuff on here. Let me make sure. Oh, that's what I did not want to do. Just making sure there's no air bubbles in there. I'm just going to give myself some. They don't have to be, well, you would want them to be kind of perfect, but they don't need to be perfectly spaced out because there's no way to really mark on here. I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. But there's eight. I can't, oh, this tripod's killing me, y'all. Can't see anything. So then I'm going to come in between. Oh, so all this is going to dry clear, and it's just going to give us a little bit of course, people are texting me again. I went live last night, and everybody in my phone decided to text me at once, and now I'm filming, and everybody's texting me again. Okay, that was a really big one. All right, and it shouldn't run because it's not super thick, but it's moderately thick. And if you want to go back and do the whole thing, you have to obviously let one side dry first. And if you wanted to just come through and do some texture, I'm just gonna come and just make like fine lines through here. Oh, this one's gonna be cool, I think. And it'll just give it some cool texture once it dries. So I'm gonna let all these dry, and then we'll come back and look at them. And I don't know what was going on with that one. That looks a mess, but we'll see. We just gotta let things dry. All right, what's a cap to this now? Here. Here we go. I'll be back. Okay, so these are the finished ornaments. I'm gonna try to get them nice and close so we can actually see what's going on here. Alcohol ink everywhere, everywhere. Take it off with alcohol. Um, this one's dry. This is the one where I just did the back and forth texture. I really like the way this one came out. I might go back and do the other side. I'll just flip it over and do the same thing on this side. But it's just got a lot of interesting colors, and the texture is really cool, but it's also cool just, without any of the texture on it. So if you don't want to use a gallery glass, and I'm using gallery glass because I had it, you could probably also just use something like glue all or school glue. I don't know that it's going to dry this clear, but you know, this is the one I did with the dots. These are still not completely dry, even though it's been um, probably about 18 hours since then. It's humid here in uh, the dirty south, so it's just still a little wet. Not wet, but I mean they're still a little milky. But I mean this all over would be really pretty. And I did this one on camera too, but I ended up cutting it out of the video. I added that part this morning because these were just like weird blobs. But yeah, so those are some options. And just because I did these, oh, look at this, it's everywhere. Um, I did these in amber. You could do these in any color you wanted. I just think the amber, it gives it a really kind of high end look. I'm not too thrilled about this up here, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I think this one's definitely my favorite. I might go back with the other ones and just add some, opaque acrylic paint in the inside to give them this kind of like through here, because you can really see how the oil slick shows up over the paint on the inside. But yeah, those are the ornaments for January, and I will be back next month with something else, and everything will kind of go together. And all right, so thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.